What is the uncompromising call of the gospel? Inquiring minds want to know, what is the actual call of the gospel? And Rebuild a City is not a dusty question from a theology book. It's the pounding heartbeat of our mission. And the answer is not found in safe sermons or political neutrality. It's found in Luke 4:18 and 19, where Jesus himself declared the mission: to proclaim good news to the poor, liberty to the captive, sight to the blind, and to set at liberty those who are oppressed. This isn't just a burst to spiritualize. It's a radical summons to liberation for the poor, the imprisoned, the voiceless. This is the gospel, not a creed of comfort, but a commission of confrontation. It calls us beyond casual neighborly love and to Christ's greater command to love as he loved, sacrificially, even unto death. That's not a suggestion. That is our standard. So why, when we echo this liberating truth, are we labeled as divisive, as racist? Why does calling out the glaring elephant in the room, systemic racism, offend so many who claim the name of Christ? We expect it from non-Christian racists, but the real sting, it comes from white Christian moderates, the very ones Martin Luther King warned about in his Birmingham jail letter, and from self-proclaimed Christian nationalists who beliefs have nothing to do with the gospel and everything to do with preserving power. Their gospel mirrors privilege, not the cross. The true gospel isn't whitewashed. It isn't a westernized. It is not owned by empires or endorsed by the elite. Romans 7:9 shows heaven filled with every tribe, tongue, and nation. Yet right now, in 2025, 11 a.m. Sunday is still the most segregated hour in America. 80% of American churchgoers worship in racially homogeneous congregations. That's not biblical unity. That is spiritual apartheid. And we, as black Christians, name this injustice, we're told to move on. But if a white Christian spoke those same truths, would they be condemned or celebrated? It shouldn't matter who speaks. It should matter what is spoken. Just days ago, on June 14, 2025, an estimated 4 to 6 million people marched in the historic No Kings protest, opposing authoritarian policies. And the painful irony, it was predominantly non-Christians who were more vocal, more courageous, fighting for the poor and the oppressed, while millions demanded equity in the streets. Too many self-proclaimed Christian nationalists remain silent. How can we call ourselves disciples of Christ and stay silent when black people are 13% of the U.S. population, but 37% or more of the incarcerated? Black adults are in prison 5 times the rate of white adults. Black youth are 4 times more likely to be jailed than their white peers. And districts serving students of color receive $2,000 less per pupil in local funding. And mass incarceration is literally a neo-21st century slavery. Redline education, radicalized poverty, and music moguls commercialize hip-hop and weaponize to distract and destroy while glorifying gang life and violence, turning black pain into profit. This is why gangs flourish in the inner city jails and in prisons nationwide. Because by design, the system was built for it. Because the silence of the church allowed it. No wonder the church today walks in so little power. The New Testament church walked in powerful signs and wonders because they risked their lives confronting Rome, not in bed with the status quo and disrupting the system. That's why the power showed up. But today, we have traded the cross for comfort. We swallowed a prosperity theology that denies suffering and justice. Jesus warned us, woe to you when all men speak well of you. Rebuild the City isn't here to be liked. We are here to liberate, and we are not courting applause. We are sounding an alarm. So to our Christian brothers and sisters who may not understand our urgency, you may not be called to the front line, but respect those who are. You might not be called to be a modern-day weeping Jeremiah, or a Nehemiah rebuilding the inner city, or even Isaiah in Isaiah 58 advocating for justice. But if you are part of the body of Christ, do not hinder those who are. Stand with us, pray with us, partner with us, because someone must speak truth to power. Someone must confront error. Someone must rebuild the city.